Hey, welcome! So many of us are shopping online all the time, right? But have you ever actually stopped to think about how it all works behind the scenes? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really key idea in the world of online shopping: B2C e-commerce. Let's break down what that actually means and why it's so important.
Okay, to really get this, let's start with something we all know: your local corner store. You walk in, you see something you want on a shelf, and you pay for it, probably with cash. Simple. Now, an online shop is pretty much the exact same idea. It's just happening in a different place. Instead of walking to a shop, you go to a website. Instead of shelves, you have a screen. And instead of cash, you pay with your phone or card. See? It's the same dance, just with new music. All right, so the official kind of fancy name for all this is B2C e-commerce. I know, it sounds a little complicated, maybe a bit like business jargon, but trust me, once we break it down, you'll see it's actually super straightforward. So let's tackle the last part of that name first: e-commerce. That E is really simple. It just stands for electronic. That's it. So e-commerce is just any kind of shopping or business that happens online, over the internet. Anytime you buy a movie ticket from an app or order a pizza from a website, yep, you're doing e-commerce. Now for the first letter in B2C, the B stands for, you guessed it, business. In our little story, the business is the shop, the company, the brand, the person who's actually selling you the stuff. And what about the C? Well, that stands for consumer. A consumer is just the customer, the person who's doing the buying. That's right. In this whole equation, you are the consumer. Anytime you're the one buying a new pair of headphones or ordering groceries online, you're playing that role. This whole system is built around you, the individual shopper. So, let's put all the pieces together. B2C. It literally means business to consumer. It describes that direct line between a shop selling its products and you, an individual customer, buying them online. No middleman, just the business selling straight to you. So, to wrap your head around any online purchase, just remember these two clear roles. You've got the seller, that's the business, the online shop, and you've got the buyer, the consumer. And who is that? It's you. Okay, so we've figured out the who and the what. We know who the players are, but let's get practical. How does it actually work? What are the steps to buy something online? It usually breaks down into 4 really simple stages. First, you open up the website or the app. Then, you do the fun part. You browse around, find what you want, and pop it into your virtual shopping cart. Step 3 is checkout, where you put in your payment info, and step 4, probably the best part, is when that package shows up right at your front door. So we know what it is and how it's done. But that brings us to the biggest question of all: why? Why has this become such a huge deal? What's in it for you, the consumer? Well, the perks are pretty massive. For one, the number of choices you have is just incredible, way more than any physical store could ever hold. You can also shop whenever you want. Middle of the night, first thing in the morning, it doesn't matter. Plus, you can compare prices from a dozen different stores in seconds to make sure you're getting a great deal. And of course, you can do all of this without even having to put on your shoes. So, when you really boil it all down, that big, scary term B2C e-commerce isn't so scary after all, is it? It's really just your good old local shop, but it lives on your screen, ready for you whenever you need it. Now that you know exactly how it works, the whole world of online shopping is at your fingertips, which kind of leaves us with a fun little question to think about. What will your next online purchase be? Hope this helped clear things up.